Welcome to another episode of Rad Dad Life. In today's episode, we're gonna do a long-term review of the Baby Brezza all-in-one blender and steamer and blender to be exact.
So dark and cold-hearted, I'm breathless to say the least. So far from a superstar, and my daydreams are killing me. Feel like I'm losing my mind. I'm never feeling.
Welcome back. So with this time, my newborn is 1 year old now. He's about to be 1 year old. My oldest one, Axel, is 3 years old. I am not trying to do what I did with Axel, which is do the blended foods for too long and make him lazy. Honestly, that's my fault because I really did enjoy making these crazy combinations of food and trying them and seeing what works, how many different combinations of fats and carbs and variety of nutrients I can get in one thing while still making it taste good. It's fun to do. You get carried away. At least I got carried away. I'm not trying to do it with Knox because I want him to just get used to chewing already because he is 1 year old. He has 2 teeth on the bottom, one coming in from the top. So I am trying to get him used to chewing and grabbing his food, where Axel, we just fed him because like I said, I enjoyed just feeding him. It was fun to try these different mixtures. But like I said, he's technically 11 months now. We're gonna start doing things like, I just finished steaming this. As you can see, it's super hot. We have these apple slices here, about that thin. It's burning the life out of my hand. That thin, that wide. And I did this about 25 minutes on the steam only, no blend. Obviously, you don't see a blender in there. Perfect. That's what I want. What it is, it's steamed long enough where it can still have some structural integrity. It doesn't just fall apart in your hand, but you can mush it with the root of your mouth and your tongue. That's exactly the texture that I'm going for. That was about 25 minutes on here, which makes me assume that this is probably gonna have to be 35 minutes, if not maybe even 40, because this is a lot thicker, stronger, a lot drier. Whatever the case is, this is obviously thicker than that. So it's gonna take a little bit more time. This is the plastic version. I never got the glass. I'm not that bougie, nor did I want to pay that extra money. It is nicer, I give you that, but the plastic has been holding up phenomenal. I've used this thing multiple times a day, multiple days a week, clean it every single time, never had a problem with it, never failed to run on me, never failed to do what it's supposed to do. Like I said, this time I did the steam. There's a blend and steam, there's a blend, and there's a chop. The only con, which isn't really a con, is that the chop, you have to hold it down. And it does 30 seconds at a time, but after 30 seconds, you can just hold it down again and do another 30. Everything else does 5-minute increments. Not really a con, but it would be nice to tap it and then do a 30 seconds, or even tap and give you 10 minutes of, or a minute of blending. That'd be cool, but not really a con. This thing has held up to a lot of abuse from me using it, being rough with it, cleaning it, shaking it around and trying to get all the things on it. Just like Axel, the winner of the blended food is avocado banana. Just like Axel, Knox loves it. And I love making it because honestly, it's the perfect mixture of carbs and fat. A lot of different things work with the avocado because avocado on its own is not the best tasting. At least both my boys didn't like it as much. They'll still eat it, but when you put banana, they'll eat it like it's candy. I'm happy giving it to them. But like sweet potato and avocado works. Any of that sweeter type vegetables or fruits mixed with the avocado work really, really, really well. But just like Axel, Knox's favorite is that. My word of advice on textures, now that I've used this thing for countless times, if you do the steam and blend, the max you can do steam and blend is 30 minutes. The max you can do steam is 30 minutes. Like I said, you have to hold down the chopping of the blender, and that's about 30 seconds. If you do something like, for instance, if I wanted to blend this and I steamed it for 15 minutes, and then it ran to 15 minutes, beep, and then did the 30 seconds of chopping. If you don't get the texture you want, my word of advice is to do another steam cycle for 5 minutes or 10, depending on the texture that you see, if it's really hard or big chunks. Because if you were to do the 30-second blend again after doing the initial, you're most likely not gonna get that texture that you're looking for, just because the blender there isn't the best blender. It's not a real blender or magic bullet. So even if you move it around, shift it around, try to get the chunks, it doesn't really work that great. But if you were to steam it again for another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it will soften it up even more, allowing that blender to actually just be able to chop it up. So that is my word of advice after using this for several years now, two and a half years. Other than that, like I said, I'm trying not to make my boys lazy, so this is the ideal size that I'm trying to do this. I'm gonna do about 30 minutes, grab one, see how it feels. These, like I said, were about 25 minutes, and these are the perfect texture that I was looking for. He's gonna love those. I can't wait to give it to him. It's right about his lunchtime anyway, so it'll be perfect timing. You're lazy. Take a bite. I'm gonna pop those bad boys out. If you guys have any questions about the baby Brezza, about any of the products that I ever review or use, or any tips or tricks that you guys want to know, leave them in the comments. I do read them all. I do reply to them all. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I do put new videos every time I get a chance. Now that I have 2 boys, it's not as often in a full-time job and a per diem job. New videos every now and then. Follow and like and subscribe, and you'll find out when they come. But thank you again for watching. I really appreciate you guys. As always,